So in this premise, we have 8 friends: A, B, G, J, K, M, P, T are going to Delhi from Kolkata by a flight operated by this. So there are seat numbers. First thing, when you look at this particular set, you'll find that there is a lot of information, right? So it's a good practice when there are a lot of information. So collect the information, the important ones which you feel as you go along with the set. So let us do that. So let us first just write the first letters of each friend because all are different. That's a good thing. So A, B, G, J, K, M, P, and T. So these are the friends. They're going from Delhi to Kolkata. Okay. In the flight, the sitting is arranged in 30 rows, so 1 to 30, and there are each consisting of 6 seats. So I hope you can follow where I'm reading. Each consisting of 6 seats marked by the letters A to F, left to right, respectively. Seats A to C are on the left of the aisle, and seats D to F are to the right of the aisle. So if you normally travel by flight, this should be pretty obvious to you. But still, as I have mentioned in other sets also, solutions of other sets, this is a common practice of CAT. They will explain to you elaborately if that is required. So this might be required. So let's look ahead. So seats A and F are the window seats. Again, pretty obvious. But let's again take these informations also. So let me keep this marked. So these are the 8 friends that we have. The rows are 1 to 30. That is an important information. And the type of seats, let's say. So if we think about the type of seats, so there are 3 types, right? If you go read this information starting from here, seats A and F are window seats, are by the windows and referred to as window seats. C and D are by the aisle and known as the aisle seats. And B and E are known as the middle seats. This is the only name I never used, but window seats and aisle seats are common names that you use. So window seats, aisle seats, and middle seats, right? So let me mark this up as well. So this is a window, by the way. I'm not writing this completely. A and F are the window seats. Aisle are the middle ones, C and D. Not the middle. I mean, yeah, but I hope you understood. You can refer back to the premise. So A and F. Sorry, this is B and E. Yeah. So these are the type of seats that we have. Sorry for that. These are the type of seats that we have. I'm leaving the middle space because there might be other things that I have to collect. So as of now, I don't know. Now, seats marked by consecutive letters are called consecutive seats. So this is pretty obvious, right? The seats next to each other. Seat number is a combination of the row number followed by the letter. So yeah, so 1A, 2B, 3C, whatever, 25A, whatever. So we can figure out the row and the column by the seat number itself. Great, so that is fine. Now cheap air charges. So from here, cheap air charges rupees 1,000 extra for any seats in row 1, 12, and 13, whatever be the reason. Row 2 to 10, it charges 300 for window seats and 500 for aisles. So let's collect this also in a different table sort of thing. So we have, let me name this as extra charge. This table I'm giving a name just to understand later on. So we have 3 types of seats. I'm writing these 3, window, aisle, and middle ones. So for rows, so let's say, how do I do that? I think I can understand this later on. So these are the row numbers that I'm going to put in. So row numbers 1, 12, and 13. So this charges 1,000. So no, I mean, doesn't matter where you're sitting, right? So this is charging 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000 for any type of seat. Okay. For rows 2 to 10, they charge 300 extra for window seats, 500 extra for the aisle seats, and nothing for the middle seat. So this is blank. 11 and 14 to 20. Okay, so 11 and then 14 to 20. They are charging what? 200 for window, 200 extra for window, and 400 extra for aisle seats. So 400 extra for aisle seats, nothing else. So all the others are available at no extra charge. So this might come in handy. There might be something related to base value. Let me check this out. I mean, if I go through the points, just a brief glance. So this 4600 is also the extra amount. So that is related to this table itself. This is nothing to do, but all of them paid different amounts of the choices of seats. So that is also extra amount. One of the whatever. So yeah, everything is related to extra charge. So nothing to do with the base charge, right? So we can just work around with work with this extra charge thing. Now it says the 8 friends were seated in 6 different rows. Okay, so these 8 friends are sitting in 6 rows. Great. So a combination of 6 rows. Now, whenever I look at this, I always try to think about overlap. So you have 8 people in 6 rows. So that's a close enough number, right? So what I mean by that is there will be just 2 people who are sharing rows with somebody else. So it could be 2 people sharing seats with different people, and or it's like 3 people in the same row and rest of the 5 people on different rows. So it's something like 2 2 and then a lot of ones, or 1 3 and then a lot of ones. So I'm not going into details, but this should automatically happen in your mind. So they're seated in 6 different rows. So this is given. So that is the first information. Second says they occupied 3 window seats, 4 aisle seats, and 1 middle seat. Okay, so let me take this here itself. So there are 3 window seats. So this is a total number. So let me write this as frequency. So this is a frequency or the number of window seats occupied and number of aisle seats and all. So the frequency is, so let me just put a broader this thing line in between. So there are 3 window seats, 4 aisle seats, and 1 middle seat occupied by these 8 individuals, right? Okay. So 3 plus 4 plus 1 is 8. So that is also done. So point number 1 and point number 2 is taken. Now let us look at number 3. 7 of them had to pay extra amounts totaling to rupees 4600. Okay, so this is something to do with this extra charge only, I believe. So okay, so let's take this information up as well. So we have 7 friends who are paying a total of 4600. This is the extra charge information, and one of them did not pay any additional amount. So one friend is paying nothing, right? 7 of them had to pay extra amounts. Okay, 7 of them had to pay extra amounts. So none of these 7 friends are putting in 0. So these 7 friends, just keep this as a mental note. So these 7 friends are paying amounts. So I'm just discriminating that. And one of the friend is paying 0. So that is what the information tells us. Great. So this is point number 3. Now looking at point number 4 here. So Giant, Ajit, and Bomkesh. So we have J, A, and B, where sitting in seats marked by the same letter. So same letter is same column, but in consecutive rows. Okay, so in consecutive rows, one after the other, in increasing order of row number. So we also know that the sequence is this. So it has to be something like J followed by A followed by B. So it has to be this because that is what it says, and it's in the same column. So let me indicate that in this way. So visually, I'll understand. And this JAB are paying different amounts, right? So, but all of them paid different amounts for their choices of seat. One of these amounts may be 0. So it's not mandatory that all of these 3 are falling in this 7 friend category who are paying the extra charge, but they are paying different amounts. So let me keep a note of that. So different amounts are paid. Okay. And what else do we know? Fifth says Gargi was sitting next to Kikira. So Gargi and Kikira are sitting side by side. So it could be G on left of K or K on left of G. But would that matter to me? See, if you think about it, if you have AB or BA, Okay, so the amount might be different, right? Okay. So how do I collect this? What should I do is I'll just keep a note of this in a different manner. So I'll just put G and K together and just leave this. So it could be, I know that it could be in either way. So I'm not putting a separator here so that I understand that it could be either kg or gk. Just G and k are sitting side by side. Okay, so let's not worry about that as of now. Also, that Manik was sitting next to Jayant. So J and M are also together. But this J information, I mean, this is J and this is also J, right? So let me keep a note of that in some way. So I'm just marking this. That's all. And finally, what we know is the last information, Pradosh and Tapesh were sitting in seats marked by the same letter in consecutive. So it's similar to that point number 4, just it's about two people, right? So we have Pradosh and Tapesh, these two people, same letter, consecutive in increasing order, and also paid different amounts. So this is absolutely same kind of information, right? So different amount. Okay, so that's got to be about amounts. Uh, Before I start solving, let me look at the questions once because this seems like a heavy set. There are a lot of things to solve. Let's look at the questions once in order to get an idea what are we looking for. Okay, so I just readjusted the space a bit, and if I look at the questions, 13th is asking for row of Manik. How much extra did Jayant pay? Excuse me. How much extra did Gargi pay? Who among the so three of the questions are related to extra amount and only one is asking about the row. Maybe that will be determinable. Maybe other rows are also determinable. I don't know as of now, but there is something to do with the extra amount. So let me check or try my approach on the basis of the extra amounts. So first of all, I have 7 friends having a total payment of 4600. So each of these 7 friends are paying something. Each of these 7 friends have to pay something, right? So what could the payment be? Now think about it. I mean, this is something to do with thousands, because if we don't use 1,000 at all, so if I use something like 0 thousands, the next highest amount that is available to me is 500, right? So with 0 thousands, even if I use all the sevens as all the 7 people paying 500, still we do not reach this 4700 mark, right? So this is 3500. So this case is not allowed. So basically what I mean is you cannot use 0 thousands. So let me just do it like this. The number of thousands that I use, let's keep this idea. So 0 we already know is not allowed. So let me not write that again. Now let us try with 1000. So if I use 1000, then I have 6 friends left who will pay something. Now I cannot use any more thousands. So the highest value I can go is 500, but this is still 3000 and 1000. So that's a total of 4000. So this is also not allowed. So 1000 is also not possible, right? So I can strike this off. Let's use couple of thousands. So if I use couple of thousands, then again I have 5 more friends to pay, and they can again pay maximum of 500. So that's 2500 plus 1000. That's still not 4600. So this is a good approach, I believe. So I can work around with this. So this case is out, this case is out. Now what about 3000s? This should be feasible, right? Because I have a feeling, because when we use 2000 we almost reach the 4600 mark. But this should be feasible because with 3000 I need 1600 more, and 1600 with 4 friends can be achieved. I mean, not only can be achieved, it can be achieved in a lot of different ways. So let's keep that as a mark. So this is possible. So I don't know. So let's put a question mark here. And there are 4000. What about 4000? So if I use 4000, I hope you understand that 5000s cannot be used. That is very silly, right? The total payment is 4600. So if I use 4000s, then with 3 friends I need to make 600, which implies that each of these 3 friends have to pay 200 amount. There is no other amount that is available, right? Below 200. So 4000s and 200s. Now, is this possible? Now, think about it. We have a total of 6 rows, right? So if I have 6 rows, first of all, where does this 4000s come from? these three will be paying different amounts, right? So at max, we can have 1000 from it, right? Maybe if I put that 1000 to J, then accordingly M also pays 1000. So I can generate another 1000 from this, right? That might be feasible, because if you notice, I mean, 1000, whichever person pays, if anybody is sitting with that person also pays 1000, right? The 1000 payment is solely dependent on the row number, not on which type of seat you are sitting on. So J and M both could be paying 1000, fine. What about P and T? You can have one of them paying 1000, but now there's a problem, right? Either G and K both pay 1000 or both do not pay 1000, because G and K are on the same row. So if both pay 1000, then there are 5000s. Or let me put it this way. Let's say there are no thousands here. This is a maximum anyhow. So let's say both of them are paying 1000. Both of G and K are paying 1000. So now we have achieved 4000s. But remember, if we use 4000s, then the rest of the three has to have 200 amount. But this is not feasible, but because the rest of them includes both P as well as T, both of them cannot pay the same amount, right? They have to pay different amount. So this case is also out. So we now know for sure that there has to be 3000s. So let's work with this 3000. Where can we 3000s be put in or plugged in? So let me take this off as of now. So we now know that there are 3000s, right? Okay, let's go ahead with this case. First, let us think about this JAB combination, because once I know there is three values which are 1000, or let me write this explicitly, that will be better to understand. So there are 7 friends which are paying amounts. Each of these are thousands, let's say. We don't know which friends are these. And these three should be adding up to 1600 in that case, right? So we have to look into combinations of these. But let's look at, first of all, this particular arrangement, because these are 3 people and paying different amounts. But also understand that all of them are sitting on the same column. And if they're sitting on the same column, that essentially means that all of them are sitting on the same type of seat, isn't it? Either all of them are, on the aisle seat, or all of them are window seat, or something like that, right? So it has to be, two of these or two of these. So it has to be 300, 200, and 500, 400 has to come in, with maybe 1000, something like that. And I believe that there has to be 1000 here. I mean, you have to use 1000, because that are the 3 numbers available. That is the only possible combination that we have, on the same type of seed, which are different amounts. So let's focus on those numbers now. Now what I'm focusing on rather than the numbers are the row numbers. So what are the row numbers that are possible, which can, amount to different values? Check this out. I mean, you cannot pick up 1, 2, 3 or something like this. If you pick up 1, 2, 3, then 2 and 3 pays the same amount, whichever they are, right? Whether they both are on window or both are on aisle, they pay the same amount. So 1, 2, 3 are not possible. Even 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, all of these up to something like 8, 9, 10, that is not possible. Even 9, 10, 11 is not possible, because if there is 9, 10, 11, then both this 9 and 10 are falling in this category. And whichever it is, this category, now, whichever this is, whether they're in window seat or the aisle seat, they'll be paying the same amount, right? So 9, 10, 11 is also not feasible. 10, 11, and 12 is feasible. Think about it. 10 falls in this category. 11 falls in this category. This is 11. I hope you can read that. And 12 falls in this category, right? So 10, 11, 12 is feasible. In that case, Jayant is paying 300 or 500. A is paying, I forgot what the full name was. A is paying either 200 or 400, and B is paying the 1000. So this is feasible. Let's look at any other possibility if that is feasible. So 10, 11, 12 is definitely one feasibility. If I look at, I'm more inclined towards this option now, because question number 13 here, question number 13 was asking for which row was Manik sitting in, right? So this is the first question as well. If you think about it, I mean, the options are indicating it has to be 10, 11, 12, or 13, right? So if J and M are sitting on the same row, Manik is also on the row where J is. So this is one of those possibilities, right? If you think about it, 11, 12, 13, again, the same problem. If it is 11, 12, 13, then the 12 and 13 pays the same amount. It falls in the same category, right? 12, 13, 14, those kind of things. 12 and 13 falls in the same category. Even if you pick up 13, 14, 15, now 13, 14, 15, there's an issue because 13 falls in this category, but 14 and 15 both falls in this third category. So A and B will be paying the same amount, whichever type of seat they're sitting on. So this has to be 10, 11, 12. So now one job is done. So as soon as we know this, we can mark this answer as well. So Manik is also in row number 10. But what about the amounts now? So first of all, we know that B is paying 1,000 rupees. So let us write the amounts beside. So 1,000 is paid by B, or I could have indicated here as well, B. Anyhow, so let me continue writing it in this way only. J and A, neither of them pays the 1,000 amount, right? Nor does M pay the 1,000 amount. Only one of PT could pay 1,000 amount because these two individuals have to pay different amounts. So out of all of these people, there is just one person who is paying 1,000, and out of these two, maximum one person can pay 1,000. But we need 3,000s, right? So it automatically indicates that this G and K should be both paying 1,000 because remember that 1,000 idea, whichever row a person is sitting in, that is the only that is the only way you determine 1,000. It doesn't matter which type of seat you're sitting on. So either both of them pay 1,000 or none of them pay 1,000. None of them pay 1,000 is not possible because if none of them pay 1,000, then only two people can pay 1,000. One of this J, A, B, and M, B is paying 1,000, and maximum one person from P and T can pay 1,000. Both have to pay different amounts. So that is not possible, which automatically implies that G and K are the other two individuals who are paying 1,000. So let me mark that out as well. So G and K are paying 1,000 here, right? I don't need to write it explicitly. So I'll just take this B 1,000 off. So this will create too much of hodgepodge here. So let me write the amounts in this place itself. Anyhow, carrying on. Now, what about the rest of the amount? Now, we know that P and T are paying different amounts, right? Now, what amounts could P and T pay? But before that, let's look at this combination of 1,600. We already know that J and A are actually sitting on the same type of seat, right? And J and A are sitting on 10 and 11, row number 10 and row number 11. So row number 10 falls in this category. If you look at the extra charge table, so 10 falls in this category and 11 falls in this category. So these two people, J and A, could pay either 300 and 200, or they could pay 500 and 400. So let's work with these two cases. So if I pick up 300 and 200, so that leaves 1,100 for these. 1,100 for these two amounts to be filled up, which is not possible because the maximum amount we have is 500. So a couple of values cannot add up to 1,100. So 300, 200 is out, which implies that these two values should be 500 and 400. So a couple of values we figured out. And because these are 500 and 400, so J and A should be sitting on aisle seats. So now we know the same type of seat of JAB is the aisle seat, right? So let me just take out the same type of seat that is written. And let me write aisle seat here. So these three are sitting on aisle seat. You would not face these problems in your notebook. You can write it separately. I have a little space problem so that I want to show whatever I'm working on in this screen itself. I don't want to move screens. So that is why I am facing a little bit of issue. I hope you understand that. But in your notebooks, you will not face this issue. Okay, coming back to this. So you have one 500 and one 400, right? Now that is adding up to 900. So you need 700 more. Now this 700 could be done either with the total of 200 and 500 or with a total of 300 and 400. Also, let me put a tick mark for the amounts that we already know, the amounts that we already know. So I've written down these 8 people up top. I'm going to put a tick mark or just I'll strike out the names. That might be one way to do it. So J, I know the amount. J is paying what? So J is on row number 10 and on an IL seat. So J is paying this 500 amount. So J's amount I know. Let me just take this part off. This is J. A I know is 400. So these two amounts are known to me. Okay, B is known, G is known, and K is known. So the left out is M, P, and T, right? So out of M, P, T, P and T are paying different amounts. So M has to pay something, right? So what it means is, what I mean by that is, P and T cannot pay both of them different amounts, and you can have this thing happening. Because if you remember, P and T are also sitting on the same column. So they'll be both of the same type of seat again. So if they are both of the same type of seed, even if I take different values out of it, the remaining total, or if you remember, these four should have been adding up to 1600, out of which 900 is taken off. So these two, or let me write it here, these two should be adding up to 700. The only way that is feasible is either I pick 500 and 200. So this cannot be P and T. You cannot have one of them an IL seat and another a window seat. They have to be on the same column. Again, 300 and 400 adds up to 700, but that has the same issue. So what automatically means is one of this P and T has to be zero, right? So if one of this P and T has to be zero, then the T has the zero one has to be T, isn't it? And P has to be on row number 20. So let me write this row number also. That might be effective. I don't care, maybe not. And T is on row number 21. That is the only way it is possible that they are on consecutive row numbers, and P pays something and T doesn't pay something. Because if you look at this part, everything from row number 1 to 20 is paying something, right? And the except for this middle seats. But if T is on a middle seat, P is also on a middle seat, and P cannot pay 1000 because all the thousands are already taken up. So P cannot pay anything. So it has to be 20 and 21. So that is the only way feasible. So P and T are done. So this is row 20 and row 21. The only thing that is left is with the amount, but M has to pay something. Now understand this part. If J is sitting on row number 10 and he's on the IL seat, if M has to pay something, M is also sitting in row number 10, right? So M is in this category. Now, an IL seat and a window seat cannot be side by side, because if you read the numbers, you can identify that. So let me just write this down. A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the the column numbers, right? The seat numbers, letters, that is. Now, this is a window seat. This is a middle seat. This is a IL seat. Again, this is a IL seat. This is a middle seat. This is a window seat. So a window seat and an IL seat will never be side by side, but two IL seat can be side by side, right? So effectively what it implies is this J or the J and M, both of them are sitting on IL seat. So if M is also sitting on an IL seat, we already know that M is sitting on row number 10. So row number 10 on IL seat pays 500. So this value, one of these two values has to be 500 paid by M and sits on an IL seat, which automatically implies that P must be paying 200, which is the remaining value that to make that 700. So P is paying 200 and P sits on row number 20. In row number 20, the 200 is paid by window seat. So this is definitely a window seat. I hope you understand that in this set, I did not focus on the letter values as such because there was no information for that. The only thing we can comment on is the IL seat, the window seat, and the middle seat. So that is what I focused on. So now let us get into the question. So 13th was already done. 14th, how much extra did Jayant pay for his choice of seat? So Jayant, we already know, has paid 500 rupees. So that is the answer for this question. How much extra did Gargi pay for her choice of seat? So Gargi pays 1000. So this is 1000. Who among the following did not pay any extra amount for his or her choice of seat? So that is Tapesh. So Tapesh is the one who doesn't pay anything. Tapesh is not among the 7 people. So that is the answers for this set. I hope when I was solving it, you had understood the difficulty level, but still let us analyze this now. Yeah, so as I was saying, I mean, while I was solving it, I hope you understood that there are, I mean, you have to be really good with number distribution. If you have to solve this set or even attempt or think about solving this set, in the CAT paper. Now, why I'm telling you this, I hope by my solution you understood this. I don't want to brag about myself, but I am actually good with number distribution. I can figure these things out very quickly. But during the paper, I mean, slot two was my slot in CAT 2017. During the paper, I did not touch this set. I did analyze it till certain point. So maybe I don't remember explicitly, but I did analyze this one. I did analyze this one, and I did reach till this point. But then after I was seeing these kind of information, I understood. I mean, there is a lot of things to analyze and a lot of number distribution to do. So what I did was I left it for later. Luckily or whatever, I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say luckily because I don't take it as an aspirant. Just that I never had to come back to the set because there were other sets which I could solve and I never got to come back to the set. I did solve it after the exam, and trust me on it, I mean, it took me somewhere around 12 to 13 minutes to actually solve this set. I was doing it in a fresh mind. I had forgotten by that point, by the time CAT had uploaded the actual question paper and everything. By that time, I had forgotten. I had fair bit of remembrance, and I remembered it to some fair bit. Maybe I did not have to read the first paragraph at all. I just collected the names, that all. But still, it took me somewhere around 12 to 13 minutes to solve. So in an ideal paper setting, let me start with this first. So in an ideal paper setting, the ideal time to solve the set would take you somewhere around 12 to 15 minutes. Now think about it. So this is why I started with ideal time. If it is taking 12 to 15 minutes to solve the set, it is, first of all, definitely, I will tell, an intense category. It is an intense level of difficulty. But more than that, what I would like to point out is, do not touch this set during the paper. It's a sort of do not touch this in the paper. So let me write that down. It is the sort of set which which you have fun solving after the paper, when the CAT releases a paper. If you like solving LR sets, so you pick that out and then you start solving it again. So it's those kind of sets. But during the paper, typically you should not touch sets like that because there will be other sets which you can easily manage. So this is something in the paper time you should avoid because of that many relationship between themselves. And if you miss one of these key ideas that I used, especially that counting the number of thousands to begin with, because I had a total of 4,600, and the main thing that I found was the disparity between the 1,000 and the 500. So 500 itself is a big drop from 1,000, like right. All the other values are very close by, but the 1,000 to 500, the highest and the second highest is half of the highest. So that is a big disparity, right? So counting the number of thousands, if that doesn't hit you, that might not be ideal to solve if you don't figure out the amounts that you're paying, because that is the main focus. Those are the things that I identified while I was explaining the solution as well. So I hope you understood what I meant by the analysis, and I seriously hope that you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, do go back, rewind, and watch it again. So it's very fun to watch. It's a very nice set. Try it out yourself once before you do that. And thank you for joining in.